Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen. So the Rust movie shooting story looks to be coming sort of to a close, but also not. So the Helena Hutchins estate has now settled with the Rust movie producers. They've got a settlement. Now what this is, if you don't know what what I'm talking about here, is there was a film called Rust being shot and unironically, tragically, however you want to look at it, Alec Baldwin shot the director, and the director of photography killed the director of photography. Yeah, I know. It's shocking to hear, but yes, this is something which not many people heard about. But yeah, he shot and killed someone. Now, charges are not being flung around anytime soon. However, the Helena Hutchins estate has settled with the Rust movie company, and production's going to resume, which is not what I was expecting at all. But here we have it, right? So nearly a year after she was shot and killed, and no one's been charged. Nearly a year she was shot and killed on the set of Alec Baldwin's Western movie Rust. The estate of Helena Hutchins has come to a settlement with the film's production. And again, even Variety notes this, surprisingly, the film is going to resume production in January. It's insane. That is madness. Now, Matthew Hutchins, Helena Hutchins' husband, stated, "We've reached a settlement, subject to court approval, for our wrongful death case against the producers of Rust, including Alec Baldwin and Rust Movie Productions, LLC. As part of that settlement, our case will be dismissed." So part of the settlement, Hutchins will also become an executive producer on the film, which will resume with all the original principal players on board in January 2023. That says to me that they're hoping that it's going to make money. I don't think this is going to make money. I don't think this is going to be a smash hit success. I wouldn't want to be an executive producer on that. I just contractually obligate some payback for me. That's all I'd want. Bit odd that he's jumped on board as an executive producer. The whole thing's very strange. I was not expecting to hear this. Now he says this: "I have no interest in engaging in recriminations or attributions of blame to the producers or Mr. Baldwin." I mean, that's a sharp change, because before, I think he even said, like, how does he have no guilt or something along those lines. This is quite shocking. "All of us believe Helena's death was a terrible accident. I'm grateful that the producers and the entertainment community have come together to pay tribute to Helena's final work." All seems very tasteless to me. Helena Hutchins, 42, was killed when Baldwin fired a Colt .45 revolver that he'd been told was cold. They were preparing to film a scene at the Bonanza Creek Ranch near Santa Fe. When the gun fired, she left behind her husband and her 9-year-old son. Now, Brian Parrish, the attorney for the Hutchins estate, filed the wrongful death lawsuit in February, alleging that the shooting was the result of negligence and cost-cutting. So they've got a settlement, but that was what they alleged from the off. Yeah, negligence and cost-cutting. But we'll settle. Don't worry about it. No terms of the settlement were disclosed. Baldwin has taken the lead on an earlier effort to settle with the Hutchins estate before the suit was filed. In those discussions, which were revealed in an arbitration filing in March, the proposal was to compensate the Hutchins family through insurance proceeds and a portion of the film's profits. Baldwin was eager to resolve the civil claims quickly and resume filming, because the cast of Rust includes a child actor who would age out of the role, and those initial talks collapsed, however. I can't imagine he's going to get that much more, because they don't have that much more to give. So in a statement on Wednesday, Baldwin's attorney Luke Nyka said, "Throughout this difficult process, everyone has maintained the specific desire to do what is best for Helena's son. We're grateful to everyone who contributed to the resolution of this tragic and painful situation." Rust director Joel Souza, who again, got shot by Baldwin in the shoulder, chimed in with a statement. Says, those of us who were lucky enough to have spent time with Helena knew her to be exceedingly talented, kind, creative, and a source of incredible positive energy. And I wish the world had gotten to know her under different circumstances, as it surely would have through her amazing work. I mean, that's nice. That's lovely. And he says, in my own attempts to heal, any decision to return to finish directing the film could only make sense for me if it was done with the involvement of Matt and the Hutchins family. Though certainly bittersweet, I am pleased that together we will now complete, and this is what I find distasteful, we will now complete what Helena and I started. I don't think when she started shooting this, you know, he's saying it almost like the perspective of, wow, we need to finish what she started, like it's a rallying cry. You know, that's what, saying something in that light, that's the connotations that it conjures up in the mind. There is no way that she set out that this was going to be a legacy, and this is what they even say, you know. My every effort on this film will be devoted to honouring Helena's legacy and making her proud. It is a privilege to see this through on her behalf. I find that to be very distasteful. The same kind of thing. I find it to be distasteful on Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, when people are like, oh, it's Chadwick Boseman's legacy. I don't know. I'm pretty certain towards the end he was quite sick to death of doing the whole Wakanda sign. So yeah, just when nobody's, you know, and the director is a nobody in comparison to who Helena is to him, saying it's her legacy and stuff, just distasteful. So the prosecutors in New Mexico have yet to make a decision on whether to file charges against Baldwin or the other crew members involved in the shooting. This is the thing, it's still hanging in the balance. In August, District Attorney Mary Carmack Altwees asked the state for $635,000 in emergency funding to pay for up to 4 criminal trials. The State Board of Finance approved half that amount in September. So it looks like it's going to be 2 criminal trials. During their investigation, the FBI concluded that the firearm that killed Hutchins on the set of Rust could not have been fired without the pull of a trigger, while working internal components were intact and functional. Even though Baldwin's like, oh, I didn't pull the trigger. But, well, yeah, I mean, I'd say you probably did, to be fair. So, look, absolute shit show. Not the result I was expecting to happen. I did not expect them to settle. This is a huge surprise.